Lovely setting here, nestled in the foothills near the Pocono Mountains, Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs outside of Wilkes-Barre near Scranton, Pennsylvania.
It's a gusher of money.
That's a gusher of money. Boy, over $6 million in prize money, as Steve Ross, our co-host of PA Harness Week, along with Heather Moffett, points out. Next up, Steve, the young fillies, the 3-year-olds, with $500,000 at stake.
These are excellent, excellent fillies. And let's go right to the field and look at the outstanding performers in this particular field. We have Kami, 7-2 with Ron Pierce, who's already won a bunch of races tonight. Higher and higher, 4-1. Jim Morrill Jr. put on a show. Tim Tetrick at 5-2. Northwest Hanover 12-1. Hula's Tam, number 5 at 15-1. Rockin' Soul, Yannick Jingra at 8-1 with a big chance. Naughty Till the End, my kind of horse, 6-1 with Andy Miller. Western Silk, 5-1 with Mark McDonald from Canada. And Penanglar and Dave Pallone at 20-1.
And you know, at this part of the country right now, it's a good time to be a filly. And the 3-year-old fillies are coming up with their own race right now. Casey Coleman trains Western Silk, one of the contenders for the big prize money and for the Breeders' Crown coming up. Standing by right now with our Heather Moffett.
Hey guys, yeah, I have to start off this interview by saying I'm a huge Casey Coleman fan, so I'm pretty psyched. This is my first interview with her. And you had a huge night at Mohawk recently, right?
Yeah, when we had 6 wins in one night consecutive, that was a pretty big night. It was pretty sweet, that's for sure.
Oh, that's so awesome. Tonight you've got Western Silken. Now, she's hit the board every start but in her elimination. So what happened last week?
Last week's the first time I've ever been disappointed with this filly. She always gives 100%, and I don't know whether to say, like last week, I'm kind of baffled a little bit myself. I thought she'd scope worse than she did. She didn't scope that bad. I thought her blood would be worse than it was. Her blood was pretty good. Really, I don't have a 100% answer for what happened last week. She had a long first over grind. She did come home 27-2, so it's not like she was horrendous, but she definitely wasn't herself. But tonight she warmed up like herself. She's been great all week, and we got the 8-hole to battle with, but she seems good.
Well, that's super. She warmed up great. Yeah, the 8-hole, though, the last time you were in a huge race like this, over $500,000, she left like a rocket out of the 8-hole, cut the mile. Tonight, is she going to leave? Can she leave?
I really don't know. That's obviously up to Mark McDonald. I kind of think he might maybe be leaning that way. 8-hole, it seems, over this track. We don't know this track well, but it seems like coming from off the pace really isn't all that much of an option at Pocono. So 8-hole, she did it once before, gate to wire. What kind of trip she's going to go, I don't know. I just hope she's the first one there at the wire.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was so nice meeting you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, when Heather came down here a little earlier, Steve, with those gloves on, I knew it was a fashion statement, but now I wish I had them on. It's 48 degrees, but the action has been hot on a fast track and put on a show. Is one of the contenders here as we head towards the $500,000 for a 3-5 favorite now. Wow.
Odds on always fires the big shot.
Yeah, that's one of the favorites, I'd say. Yeah,
I would say
3-5.
Big time. 11 for 13 this year. Had only one bad race, one time off the board. It was an aberration. It happened when she finished 6th in a race. Recently came back and has been undefeated since. And there she is. And she is one quick pacing machine with Timmy Tetrick on the bike. Got everything going for her. She's the horse to beat.
You know, we've had a couple of upsets already here, and it goes to the quality of the field, as we mentioned. But Kami, the number 1 horse, at 11-1 is 4 for 4 on this track. Now let's pick it up live and enjoy the 3-year-old paces. Here's our picks, and let's see how it rolls out. $500,000 and another Breeders' Crown trophy at stake.
And we welcome our viewers on Comcast, MAP TV, and locally on WVIA TV, Channel 44. The Pacers have reached the backstretch and are underway, and a fast start on the outside here for Rockin' Soul. She's gunning early, and she's out here by about 1.5 lengths. Outside, Western Silk positions herself well in the pocket, followed there by Put on a Show, third past the 8th mile marker. Inside 4th now, there's Kami, higher and higher in tight behind that, followed by Northwest Hanover. It's Hula Z-Tam 7th at the back of the pack here, Naughty Till the End, and Penagler is the trailer. The quarter 27 even, and up front here, Rockin' Soul. Yannick Gingras was aggressive in the early going. Here goes Put On a Show. She's not waiting around. Tim Tetrick pushes the button and Put On a Show steps on by right there at the 3/8 pole. Rockin' Soul is back to second, followed by Western Silk third. Then you've got Cami yet to make her move. Higher and higher around that turn, fifth. She's going to the outside. Hula Z-Tam follows. Inside Northwest Hanover. At the back, Naughty till the end in the trailer Penagler. The half 55-1, 28-1, second panel. Nasty bit of pacing on the front end here now for Put On a Show. Her lead is about a length. Rockin' Soul has worked out the pocket trip and she's content to stay there. First over move there for Cami and Pierce. She's within a length and 3/4. Boxed in there fourth is McDonald with Western Silk. After that, higher and higher Northwest Hanover. 3/4, 122-2, 27-1 there, hung up on the backside. It's Put On a Show. She's out front by a length. Still lurking in the pocket, Rockin' Soul. Cami is fading third. Top of the stretch, Put On a Show. Now Tetrick going to work. Rockin' Soul out of the pocket is chasing and gaining. Put On a Show, trying to hold off Rockin' Soul. Put On a Show to the line. Put On a Show. Hangs on for Tim Tetrick. Rockin' Soul gave her everything she could handle. Second, Western Silk third, Cami fourth, and Put On a Show. She does not disappoint in 150 and 1/5.
Pocono down track announcer Jim Bailey on a very exciting call, Steve.
Yeah. Boy, she was just awesome. And she, you know, the 6-horse got a perfect trip. Rockin' Soul sat in the 2-hole, which is a perfect, the garden spot in the sport. But she was just, watch her on the turn. You could see that Tim Tetrick was sitting like a statue, that chilly in the bike. He had a ton of horse under him on the lead, and he just set her down at the top of the lane. Watch this, he hits her a couple of times, and now Yannick Gingras comes out of the 2-hole with Rockin' Soul, takes dead aim on her, and they're going to go to the wire together, but they're not going to get the queen of 3-year-old fillies. Put On a Show. Woo. Nice job. There he is, Tim Tetrick, and Put On a Show, who has just won for the 12th time in 14 starts, Lou, in 2010.
A classy champion at 3-5. We'll have the final results and talk with the winners from the winner's circle. When we come back, it's the Breeders' Crown from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, and it's live. And welcome back to the Breeders' Crown from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. It's Put On a Show. The official winner now at $3, $2.40, and $2.10 in our 12th race, or rather our 11th race of the night. And Greg Blanchard takes us through with his analysis of the big win.
And I think the key moment in the race, guys, came very early. Tim Tetrick very confident in his charge, and why not? Put On a Show. She got away third. Here's the winning move. Tetrick not content to sit in third spot. He has his filly on the move here in the second quarter of the race. And once she clears to the front, he's able to control the pace from here on in. Western Silk sat at the inside, third at this point. You see her tipping out in fourth, but the horse She comes out behind is starting to tire, so that backs her up. In the meantime, Tetrick gets a couple of lengths on the field here, and from there it's Put On a Show, winning her 5th consecutive, and she is the star of the division, and young driver Tim Tetrick scoring his 2nd Breeders' Crown of the night, guys. Owner Richard Young's put a ton of money into the sport, and it's nice to see him get a home run horse here in Put On a Show.
Thanks, Greg. Final results, as we said, official. Put On a Show, then Rockin' Soul and Western Silk. Pretty good payoff for Rockin' Soul, Steve.
Absolutely. Played 10-20 in the middle, 480 to Show, and the 3-6 exact to 30-40. The try was pretty good with a 1-2 shot on top. 3-6-8, $152.60. And the Super 3-6-8-1, $593, and that ain't chopped liver, Lou.
You buy a lot of chopped liver for that. Back now to Heather Moffat down in the winner's circle.
Hey guys, I am here with the co-owner Richard Young, and is it true you almost sold her at one point?
Yes, it is true. I have a tendency with a quick trigger, and she was training well as a 2-year-old, and then suddenly for 2-3 weeks she wasn't going well, and normally I'd just get rid of them at that time, but no one would take her.
Oh, well, gosh, I know it's a different deal right now. Now, she, I believe, is the richest filly in history. I believe that's right. Now, that means that she can make a big contribution to a charity called A Spring of Hope, which you are very, very close to.
Oh, I would say I'm about as close to it as possible. My daughter started a charity named the Spring of Hope. We build wells in South Africa for kids that have no water in their schools. Recently won a grant from Chase for $130,000 to help build the wells. And anyone who's interested in looking, look up springofhope.org.
That is awesome. It's an awesome plug, an awesome organization. Thank you so much. I'm sending it over to Greg Blanchard.
All right, a huge night for driver Tim Tetrick, his second Breeders' Crown victory on the evening. Tim put on a show. She was expected to be one of the horses to beat in here tonight. Walk us through the trip from your perspective.
Well, I let her get off the gate a little bit, then I settled third, and then I moved her to the front, and she responded. They were at her late, but she dug in like a real champion that she is, and she did her job.
Although you went a big third quarter, your body language suggested you were kind of sitting into her a little bit and maybe trying to, keep her ready for that final quarter. Was that the case?
Well, the track's been playing a little funny. It's like a lot of the favorites been getting beat, and I didn't want to let them just have a breather behind me and let somebody out sprint her. And, she's pretty tough and can pace a real big back half, and she did.
Pick it up here, turning for home. Could you tell you were a winner?
Well, I didn't know for sure. I knew Yannick was behind me, and I knew Jimmy was back there somewhere. She raced really good last week, but I didn't remember Mary would give me 110%, and she did. She tried all the way to the wire, and, she had to work for it, but she got her crown.
And what's it like being at the center of such a big stage? For us in harness racing, this is as big as it gets.
Oh, absolutely. As big as we get, and great crowd here tonight, and I'm so happy that Pocono could put on the show, and they've done a great job with it, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Tim Tetrick, guys, they call him the Bionic Man, and maybe the $6 million man the way he's going tonight.
Yeah, well, if he's got a built-in heater, then he is the Bionic Man tonight. We're down to about 46 degrees, but the action has been hot. This national telecast tonight of the Breeders' Crown from Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs. About 10,000 folks have turned out. It's nice to see the drivers really are aware of it.
They are.
They feel the crowd. In fact, the crowd is very close to the track here, so there's a very nice atmosphere.
Very much so. The greatest line I thought that I heard tonight was the owner put on a show, said, I almost got rid of her.
Yeah, I was thinking of Larry King at the time.
Right. But he's right. But he said I could, nobody wanted her. So I'd rather be lucky than good is I guess the best way to describe that.
And Heather said that this might be the richest filly. I would say that might be Ryan Howard or Roy Halladay at the end of the season, whenever it ends for those fillies. But this is about harness racing and the biggest night of the year. It's the Breeders' Crown, and we continue with another big race when we come right back from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs.